You are now watching your mans in them live.
You are now rocking with your mans in them.
Hello. Who's speaking right now? Who's speaking?
Hi, it's Lee. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Lily.
Lee. What's good? What's
Hi,
good?
What's up, Lily?
Say it again.
Hi. Hello.
What's up? What you got? What's on your mind? What's on your chest? What you got to say?
Just,
What's up?
I'm just so, not confused, but like, I feel like the rhetoric that you were like speaking to about like co-parenting,
Oh shit, she went back.
I have, I have like the same sentiments. Like a lot of people are like choosing to commit to children over people, like over like relationships with these people. And it's just like, a child is so permanent, but a relationship, like you can, you know, if it doesn't work out, you can part ways without anything binding you, and a child binds you for life. So it's like, I feel like that's more of something to think about than like the repercussions of like not being on the same page in a relationship. Like co-parenting, like you have a whole human life in your hands with somebody that, you know, I mean, like, I think mainly what I was speaking to when you were talking about in the beginning is like when you were saying that people don't have to be in a relationship. Like, what if it's just like you got like two friends or people just came to an agreement that like, hey, we're gonna go half on a baby. But it's like it takes so much to raise a child that it's like you don't only have to just, you know, respect each other or like each other, because children bring out the best and the worst in people.
Right, because you know, if you think about it, if you only want a child, as a female, go to the sperm bank. As a male, go adopt a baby. And it's just you and the baby. You don't have to co-parent.
Right.
If you just want a child.
That may be,
Yeah, that
may
other
be the new
person
norm
has
too.
an obligation to that child, just like how you do.
Nah, I mean, and I think, here's what I was thinking about when my coworker told me this. It's kind of like, okay, in her situation, she's known the guy for years. She's probably been dabbling with him for years. He don't want to commit. She 30, in her mid 30s. She's not getting any younger. So she listen, put a seed in me. I trust you. You know, blah blah.
But does she really though? It seems like she's just desperate for a child. Sorry, for lack of a better term, desperate for a child. So like, because if you really wanted a child, and you know that this man that's like, if you really want a child as a woman, and you know that the man that you're currently dealing with does not want to commit to that, and your sole goal is to have a child, you can go right down to them donor clinics and get you a little baby inside of you.
If he didn't commit,
the hassle of somebody who's unwilling to commit to you, and why would you assume that they would commit to a child?
No,
Either
but
way,
I think the thing is not about committing with the guy. It's not about committing with the guy.
But then that's the thing, though. You don't know how you would feel once you are pregnant. Your hormones and your emotions. You know, like she can say all of that now, and then want this child to have their father in their life, but he never agreed to. You know, he just agrees to put the baby in her and not be there for the baby, right? So you don't know what feelings can come about when she gets pregnant, and you know how her. You know, things may change. Like, her mind may change.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily meaning, like, because she's probably very sure now that it's like, okay, all she wants from him is the baby. But, like, when it really comes down to it, you know, when stuff really starts to happen, you won't be at that baby shower by yourself. You know, like,
that's a fact.
You know, you're going to have to answer these questions. Like, it comes with a lot. Like, if you're really sure in wanting the child, and not wanting that person, like me being like in relation with that person, then really do it solely on your own. Because then that person technically has an obligation to this child. With like, you know, even if like she's like, okay, I can do this by myself. I don't need him, right? What if all of a sudden he's like, wait, this is my kid. This, you know, like then you have to oblige him. You have to involve him as a parent, without like, regardless of how you feel.
That's why.
What if you know, hey, I just want a baby and I want to do this with my baby. Hey, no, I know you don't want to be with me, but this is my child as well. You eliminate that if you do it on your own completely.
Here's what I would say.
Who has to be there. A donor doesn't have to be there.
Here's what I would say. here's the rules. Here's how I think this can actually work out. I said previously, you got to cross your T's and you got to dot your I's. So in this ideal, perfect situation of co-parenting, first thing first, y'all both like each other as human beings. Maybe even love each other. Hold on. I said first thing first, I eat your brains. I said first thing is that y'all like or even love each other as human beings. That's the first thing. The second thing is really kind of like talking about parenting in general. Let it be known what kind of parenting styles you guys have and how you want to raise the child. Once y'all on the same page with that, y'all got to think about, 10 years. Y'all got to think long term. It can't be on some short term shit.
But then that's
y'all got to paint everything out.
People who are making this decision, like, okay, not all of a sudden, but like you say, like you have someone in mind and you're like, you know what? So-and-so's been in my life. We're good friends. I want to have a child with them, right?
Yeah, you're saying short term people are doing it impulsively.
Well, yeah, but like as you said, the people who are planning it, right?
Yeah.
You start having this conversation and, talking about the long term, as you said, and it's like, okay, I want to do this with my child. I want to be this kind of parent, these things. And then it turns out, I can't have a kid with them. So like, what do you do? Like, you might as well find somebody who you want to do it with together, who you're on the same page with, and be in a relationship with that person. Because then you did all this legwork with somebody like that you're just friends with, and now you like, where does that leave y'all relationship? Because y'all got real intimate about things that y'all were gonna do together and that you're not gonna do anymore. It's like that's kind of
just to clarify, you're talking about a situation where they both say what they want and then they like, oh shoot, this is not gonna work out before having a kid. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the scenario that you were just posing, like you said, like the planning of like, okay, this is somebody who I want to have a child with, regardless of the relationship, right? Like, hey, as you said, I respect this person. I have an admiration or love for this person outside of a romantic relationship, and I want to have a kid with them. Y'all start having the discussion, and you something very trivial, you want to pierce your son's ears, and the other person don't want to do it. You want to raise them Muslim, and the other person want to raise them Catholic.
Right.
Like, you get to those things, and it's like, why? What was the point of doing all of this with somebody who you're not, romantically involved? Like, that's a lot of legwork.
If you're a co-parent,
somebody that you
raise your hand in the chat
to have a child with.
I get what you're saying. You basically saying if you're going through all that legwork, why not be in a relationship in general?
And you would do like those things.
And I think
relationship.
Got you. I get what you're saying. I agree. I honestly agree with that. But at the same time, at this stage, some people don't want to be romantically involved. Simple. If they could take the romance out of it, like, let's just do this because I feel like we both could be good parents, but I still want to be out here in these streets. Let's do it. But
so weak.
I'm gonna open the line.
And then that's the other part. Why are you committing to a child and you want to be out like? It's like this, like no, I'm saying like like there's stages in your life where you like if you want to still be out in the streets, go ahead and do that. But you can't. There's a time in your life where if you want to have a child, you have to commit more of that time. So how much time you gonna spend in the streets? You got to be spending it at home with them bottles and them diapers. Like there's moments where you can get to that point, but initially you have to commit a lot of your time and energy to a child. And if you're not ready for that, what's the point of doing it half-assed with somebody when you can do it full force?
I hear what you're saying. We appreciate you, Alili. We're gonna open up the calls to see who else want to chime in about their 1, 2, 3 cents.
I want the co-parents to call in.
Right, that's a fact.
What's up with it, co-parents?
Thank you, Lily.
Nah, it'll be fire to have there.
Bye. But I think the main thing about simple is this. It's kind of like what makes sense to you versus what's actually happening. Like, I think certain things make sense, right? You should get married before you have a kid. You should be in a relationship before you have a kid. Yeah. But
I don't think it's necessary. For me, it's not necessarily marriage. I would like to, be married, but I'd rather be with someone and have a kid instead of just have a spillage.
But I think, see, you'd rather be in a romantic relationship for the most part. Is
right?
Yeah.
We the only ones ones that wear the crown. It's your mans in them. It's your mans in them.